Do 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 do.
You know what, dude?
You know what, dude? You know what, dude?
All right, clap sync.
There was no audio there.
And saw dudes. There was
zero audio.
There was
Saw,
zero audio.
Turn my game
Hello,
up.
everyone.
Try
We're
that
back.
again. Saw, dudes.
All right.
Saw, dude.
Saw, dude.
Saw, dude.
Saw,
I'm gonna
dude.
cut all this out.
No, dude, keep this. Like you gotta intermittently. Just keep it right in. Throw it right in there.
Yep. Saw, dudes.
Saw, dude.
We're back.
Saw, dude.
We're here. This is episode 2.
Dose.
We had a lot of fun in the last episode. We learned a couple things. We did a couple of edits to audio setup here. We're gonna try something this podcast. If we like it, we'll keep it. If not, we'll change it up a little bit again on the next podcast and see how it feels. Does that sound good to everyone?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Sure
Yes,
does.
sir. It
All
does.
Hell yeah. Episode 2, baby. So we're gonna start off the same as we did last week with our Steinisms. If you weren't here last week. So Stubs and I, also real quick introductions. I am Rescos27. We have Stubs McGee and we have Skempto Bird, all on Twitch. I am also on Instagram and TikTok, and Stubs is also on Instagram. Do not think he's on TikTok.
I am on TikTok.
You are on TikTok.
I haven't quite gotten there yet. I'm still in the 20th century.
It's all the
Perfect.
same stuff.
All right.
Yeah, dude.
So, jumping right into our Steinism. So
Do
if
it.
you weren't here last week, Stein is kind of a zany, wacky man, and he likes to come up with weird bullshit explanations for just about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to lean into that. Stubbs and I have each come up with our own thing that we want Stein to explain to you guys here on the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start it off. So, Stein, this is kind of a two-parter for you. First of all, I want you to explain to me the concept of time zones and why they exist. And then I want you to explain to me how they determined where the cutoff for a time zone is.
Okay, so first of all, last time you started off with time machines. Now we're doing time zones. What is it with you in the concept of time? Do you want to talk about it, buddy?
I think it's existential.
It
It
is.
probably is. I could see it.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what was the first one again?
The concept of time zones and why they exist.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, time zones. So, funny you asked that because as it so happens, I was born outside of any time zone. Because in 1997, when I was born, I just kind of doxed myself there. They actually hadn't invented time zones yet. Those weren't invented until 1998. Before then, we didn't have time zones. We just had I don't think we even had time back then, did we?
Well, it's a
I don't
construct.
think so. I think what happened is a bunch of people were getting real pissed off because it was just always nighttime. I think it was on the West Coast, and they're like, we need to change this. So what they did was they built time zones. And if you go along the actual boundaries of that, you see time zones like the edge of them on a map. There's actually giant walls there. And that's because time just moves completely differently than each time zone. Now that causes a lot of complications with time machines, but we could say that for a later episode.
Now, what if you had the catapult on one time zone and the capsule moving from another time zone?
Stubs, that's kind of crazy talk. I don't know that you could do that.
Yeah. Okay. It's just,
Is that? I think it might be that's illegal. I
All
think.
continue. Go on.
Yeah, so you can't do that. I'll try it sometime, but I will probably get arrested. I don't know what I'll be balls deep in when I'm getting arrested, but it'll be something. Probably some kind of dinosaur. Hopefully not the other thing that we talked about.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, now that these time zones are here, what they did was they just built walls and then they put a Macy's in each time zone. and the Macy's was in charge of kind of regulating how time was going to move. So now the West
Macy's
Coast isn't
Central
always in the
Time.
dark anymore. Yeah, this was in 1998. So Macy's had been around for a bit already. But they spent all that time working on how they're going to, manipulate time.
That's
and
right,
space.
that makes sense because Jean-Claude Van Damme was a Macy's employee in Time Cop. So that makes so much
There
sense.
you go.
I did not know that. Wow, a jack of all trades.
A Jean of many
Not
trades.
many.
Mhm.
Yeah, a
Jean of all
Jean Claude
trades.
of many trades. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, what was the second part of the question?
How did they determine where the lines are for each time zone?
So I'm going to hit you with actually a real fun fact on that one because I think this is super interesting. China, the entirety of China is one time zone.
China.
Yeah. Which is just wacky to me. They just wanted their whole country to be in one time zone.
I mean, I
Now-
wish our whole country was in one time
Is that
zone.
true? Their whole country is in one time zone?
Yes, that is actually true.
I didn't know
All
that.
of China is in one time zone. So what are you doing?
I'm thirsty.
So you got your handle of Tropicana on the
You
ready.
got your gallon jug of Tropicana.
This is 52 fluid ounces.
Oh,
This is
Well, I guess-
it's not my favorite though. It's no pulp. I prefer home style with lots of pulp, but
oh,
I
I
didn't
hate pulp.
love pulp.
it's like instead of the creamy one, you like the crunchy one.
Yeah.
Oh,
This,
okay,
this is
like
the
peanut
crunch.
butter.
This is the creamy peanut butter to orange juice, where home style is
Right.
the crunchy peanut butter.
Right. Okay.
That
Uh,
that makes a lot of sense, actually.
yeah. No. Yeah. So is that Jif or is that like Skippy?
So,
It's GIF.
oh,
So my mistake. It's Jif, right?
so why are you drinking it out of the handle and not out of a cup like a human?
It's faster.
Did
Why-
I answer your question about the time zones?
No, you just said that China was one time zone.
Oh.
It's never from concentrate, so that's cool.
Wow. Thank you,
It-
Stubs.
Dude, this is right up your alley. It's kosher for Passover. Says it right there.
Oh,
Hell
Thank
yeah,
you.
dude.
Wow. Fucking Mazel Tov.
Tropicana being
Yeah.
so inclusive nowadays.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can Mazel
Anyway.
Tov.
Anyway, time zones.
Mazel your Tov? What?
Don't question it.
All right.
La fucking Hayam,
Okay.
dude.
La fucking Chaim, you know?
Chaim?
La Chaim. Okay, so time zones.
Yep. China's in one time zone.
Yes, China's in one time zone.
But how did they draw the rest of the lines?
How do they draw the rest of the lines? So you ever played Where's Waldo?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you play it or
So
do you
why
just
do you-
participate and read the
I
book?
guess you just participate in it.
Yeah.
I guess you kind of play it.
I mean, I
So-
feel like you play like an I Spy book. It's kind of the same thing.
I mean,
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
play like whatever the Magic Vision, whatever the 3D?
The
What are you talking
what are
about,
they called?
Deep?
No, I know what he's talking about.
You know, like
the
the
Magic Eye.
stereoscopic picture, like drawings and shit.
Yeah, the Magic Eye books.
Magic
yeah,
Eye.
yeah.
There it is.
Those
Magic
things
Eye.
are awesome. I love those.
Do you play those or
it's
just
a-
read? Do you read those or do you play the book?
Well, you're not playing it because all you do is cross your eyes.
And then, yeah. Well, that's what I'm
not really
saying.
a game.
Are you playing? Do you do you turn it into a game if you can and cannot do it? Are you one of those people that has to bring the page up to your face and then move slowly away, or can you just focus on it just from here?
Oh no, I just raw dog it.
So, well, I don't know what that means in this context, but
You just hold it
Well,
there.
he
you
doesn't
just
wear
do it.
protection. No,
that's what I'm
condom.
asking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm a real wild card. I do the Magic Eye books with no.
He's like,
condom.
I only do that with the T-Rex, bro.
Balls deep, dude.
So finish the time zone. We'll get there eventually.
Okay, right. Okay, time zones, right. So
never
anyway,
gonna
where's
do it.
Waldo? So why do you think everybody's looking for Waldo? Let me. Why don't you riddle me that?
Committed treason.
Yes, actually, and the treason that he committed was preventing day and night from happening. Before the time zones were so he was arrested. He was eventually, they put out all these books trying to get people to find Waldo because they're like, where is this fucker that is making us live in perpetual nighttime? And then they found him, and his what they did was they made him make the time zones as punishment.
See, when I think Waldo though, I think like we're trying to find him to be arrested because I feel like he was a mime that didn't want to conform to the mime codes because he's wearing a red and white striped shirt instead of a black and white striped shirt. You know what I mean? And like I feel like
that's what he did.
I feel like he talks to his audience, and that's why they're just like, dude, you're not doing anything here. So the mime police are trying to get him. I feel like that's why they're trying to find
mime treason.
I always thought he was more of like a French sex terrorist. You know
what?
One of those. He's going to be that vibe, you know. You know when you look at somebody and you're just like, "That's a French sex terrorist."
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay.
I don't even think he's French. I'm pretty sure he's Belgian. But
he's Belgian sex terrorist.
Imagine.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Oh.
Yeah, because that means he also speaks half Dutch, which is you might. Anyway, I think I answered your question.
Yeah,
you really didn't.
No,
but all right.
I feel like I'm making myself lose brain cells, and I don't even know how that's possible.
It's not just you, brother.
That's fair.
I can just feel my IQ dropping.
Exactly.
How did they come up with the lines? That's all I need to know.
They asked Where's Waldo to do it. Or I guess he's just Waldo because they found Waldo. So it's no longer like Where's Waldo? It's like How is Waldo?
So Waldo is who created the zones.
He just kind of drew lines. Why are they straight then?
They're not.
Because Waldo's straight?
Well, they're not straight.
Well, they're straight.
No.
If you're looking at the globe, but not on a map.
Actually, no, they're not. They're not. They're kind of jagged.
Oh, they are?
No.
Yeah.
They're like they do like they follow state lines and shit. Like they're all. It's so interesting. They followed like state lines, and then along with like in North America anyway, they follow like province lines and state lines and stuff. It's crazy.
So how do people handle like my house is on the line and my bedroom is in one time zone and my bathroom is in another time zone?
The house would have to be in two separate states if that's the case.
Well, in North America, sure, but not in other countries.
Right. I don't know. That's a great question.
Well, that's why China's all one time zone. Actually, that is part of it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Working everybody half to death. That'll happen.
Yeah, also Waldo is not allowed in China.
Wow. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's actually restricted because of the mime treason.
Yeah, well, that's how it starts.
Yeah.
Usually. All right, Stubs, you wanna
oh yeah, I got a good one this week, Chief.
Yeah,
buckle up. Ready?
Oh boy.
Exactly. I want you to describe to me the process of photosynthesis and how that how that helps the Earth on a daily basis.
Well, wasn't there an episode of SpongeBob where they did that
and they
like started photosynthesizing and they were just like,
I'm 65 years old basically, so I don't know.
There was one where he was laying on the ground with his arms and legs up and he was like, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. You got it.
I
didn't even point at you. I pointed like,
yeah.
Well, for me, that's anyway, photosynthesis. So that's a fun word.
Mm-hmm.
So
boondoggle's another fun one.
What you do? Boondoggle is a fun one. I don't even know what that means. Hemlock?
It's fun to say.
Mm-hmm.
Hemlock.
That's a poison.
Well, it's a tree.
It's still fun to say.
You're fun to say.
All right.
So photosynthesis. Okay, so you got a photo, and you synthesize it.
Already off to a great start. That's it.
Is that your whole explanation?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, I think.
So how does that help the Earth on a daily basis?
It doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually really detrimental for the environment. You know how like in the 90s, like before I was born, but Stubs, you were probably like 40 or something. There was all of that.
He hit the mic away.
Oh,
Game
shit.
over.
Oh, it's gone.
End of the podcast, folks.
That's a wrap.
Oh, he's pulling out the OJ. Angry
shit.
chugging.
Wow. Let me just knock back this OJ.
You really just when somebody shits
you,
on me like that, I really just hit the bottle hard.
That's really
I need every
disrespectful.
single
OJ
one of
just
you
died.
to go to the YouTube video to watch what just happened with this man.
Yeah, that was visceral.
That's like GIF material. I might make that into a GIF.
You should. I would recommend it. So you know how like in the 90s there was all of that all of that talk about like the ozone depleting and like because of aerosols and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't really hear about that much anymore. That's because we fixed it by getting rid of photosynthesis. Because as it turns out, photosynthesis was actually causing all of that because what was happening is photos develop by exposing them to light, right? Well, what do you think happens with all that light? It gets reflected back up into the atmosphere, and that's what we call the greenhouse effect. And then that that light that's being reflected into the atmosphere, it just burns away all the ozone.
Oh.
So then we realized that was happening, and we just got rid of photosynthesis, which is why we don't have oxygen anymore.
So what do we breathe if we don't have oxygen?
Well, air is mostly nitrogen, but still.
You're mostly nitrogen.
All right.
Nitrogen.
Hi, Trojan.
All right then.
Well, you can't spell nitrogen without Trojan. So
It's true.
Is nitrogen made out of condoms?
Does that mean condom is an element?
Yeah.
Huh. Sick.
What the fuck is happening?
All right.
That's pretty kind of a game room.
So I have kind of a story that's going to lead into a question for you guys. So the other day I went to Panera.
Yep. Oh, Panera. Good start.
Just went through the drive-through, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got to the
Bacon Turkey Bravo, baby.
I got to the kiosk and they were like, they asked me what I wanted and I told them. And then they were like, okay, and what do you want to drink? And do you ever get asked what you want to drink at a restaurant? And in your mind, you're just like, oh shit, I didn't think about this at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you start to panic and you just start scanning the menu.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was doing. I'm just scanning like the little stand that they have there with all the menu items on it. And I just read off soft drink. I was just like, just give me a soft drink.
She said hard drink.
They gave me a Sprite. That's weird, right?
No, it's a soft drink.
I feel like if I say soft drink, the first thing I think of is like Coke or Pepsi. Like
Well,
right
that's
off the
cola.
dome.
You probably should have said that then.
But like, no, I'm not complaining. I like Sprite. But I feel like it's weird to just
That the
assume
default
soft drink
that their
means
default was Sprite and not
Yeah.
Coke.
Yeah.
I feel like that's weird. Is that not weird?
Maybe it was out of spite because they thought you'd be least likely to like that one.
Maybe it's because you're white, so they're like, oh, this guy likes Sprite.
That's probably
fair.
true.
Maybe they were trying to match the color of the soft drink with your pasty complexion. This guy looks clear.
Hurtful.
Fucking Casper over here.
No kidding.
No, I was sitting there and like I'm driving away
He
and I
burns
look
looking
down
at a
and I
heat
have
lamp.
a Sprite. I look down and I have a Sprite and I'm like that's a weird assumption to make just because I say soft drink. Like
So-
if I say soft drink, I assume my default is Coke or Pepsi or whatever cola. I don't know. Is that not weird?
Dude, he moved the fucking plunger again, dude.
I saw it. I was gonna go right past it.
So I guess my question to you with that. So if you go soft drink and Jesus Christ, if you go soft drink, what if it's not Coke or Pepsi or Sprite? Like what is your default soft drink or pop or
Well, my default soft drink would be Coke or Pepsi or
So
honestly, I'll drink pretty much whatever soda. Like I like Sprite, so I don't care. I just thought it was a weird thing to default to. Like I feel like if it wasn't Coke or Pepsi, my next default would be like Dr. Pepper or fruit beer, maybe. But like
Those good choices.
I feel like Sprite is like the last choice that I would default to.
My default soft drink would be orange soda.
Not orange juice?
Well, I mean, I like orange, clearly. But I'm just saying, like, sun-kissed orange soda would be, like, my default soft drink. Like, if I just said soft drink and someone knew me and knew what I wanted, I would want an orange soda.
What about you, Stein?
Sun-kissed
If you just said soft drink, what would you expect to get?
Coke or Pepsi?
See?
Well, okay, so I have a question for you, Stubs. Sunkissed or Fanta?
Sun-kissed. 1,000% of the time.
Really?
Oh, every time.
I like Fanta.
Sun-kissed.
I think you're the first person I've ever heard with that take.
Well, I'm 90, so.
Oh, true.
I was born
You heard it here
before the
first.
existence of Fanta.
But not sun-kissed.
I don't
No.
think that's
But the
true.
thing is you got to understand that Fanta wasn't Fanta in the United States in the beginning. It was Minute Maid. Minute Maid orange soda became Fanta orange soda. Sunkissed has always been Sunkissed.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I always thought Fanta was just more of a Euro thing for a while.
Well, it was, yeah, I mean, it was elsewhere, but they basically rebranded the Minute Maid orange soda as Fanta in the United States.
I know it tastes different here than it does in Europe.
Correct.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, Sunkissed orange soda is something, dude. I mean, I used to drink Sunkissed by the fucking gallon when I was in high school, which is probably why I look the way I do now. But still, it's Sunkissed
Yeah, it's
all the
crazy
way.
how
Orange
drinking
soda.
all that. It's crazy how drinking all that orange soda made you lose an arm.
The sheer disappointment on his face right now. Wow.
Love you, buddy.
You really went there, huh?
Speaking of that, that's a good segue.
I was going to say.
That's a
I
good
mean, you got
segue.
some stories.
So
for
I
us
got a
today,
story
huh?
for you guys that I fucking completely forgot about. So it's an election year, right?
Oh boy.
That came up. I was scrolling through Reels and Instagram earlier, and obviously election stuff is fucking everywhere because it's an election year, which means I won't be able to. None of us will be able to fucking escape it. I almost said
Oh, yeah.
escape, and that would have annoyed the piss out of me. So I was thinking about the last time a presidential election came around and my experience at the last election. So obviously you guys from small towns get it. Everybody's volunteer at these like you go to like the Boys and Girls Club or like your community center and that's where all the voting booths are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I go in, I get my stuff, I grab my ballot. I go in, I do all the circling, and I'm there just hanging out, having a good time, waiting for my turn. And I get my ballot. I go into the booth. I come out, and I walk up to the lady that's standing next to the thing that you put your ballots in, the electronic thing that looks like, the SAT scanner machine, kind of the same, the same thing. And this woman, God bless her. This woman looks me dead in the face and goes, "Did you do that all by yourself?"
Are you kidding me?
I am not lying to you. She goes, "Did you she put like her hands on her hip and everything. Did you do that all by yourself?"
Who's a good boy?
That's exactly what it was like. That was the
Wow.
tone. And I'm dumbfounded. I have my ballot just in front of me. And I just an immediate wave of just feeling of defeat just in front of me. And I look at her and the only fucking words that could come out of my mouth at that moment was looking at her and just go, "I did."
I did it.
I did.
I just go, "I did." And she goes, "That's great." I go, "Thank you." And then I put the thing in there, and she's like, "You have a great day." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh my god! You should have.
This is what voting is like for the handicapped folks.
You should have looked at her and be like, "I'm handy capable," and then just throw it at her and walk away.
Dude, no joke. I lost my mind when I got to the car. Lost it because I was
too.
laughing. I was crying, laughing so hard because this woman, as nice as she was trying to be, was probably the most insulting person I've ever come across in my entire life.
No.
To just assume
Do that all by your little
because
self.
I had one hand that I was somehow cognitively impaired
Doesn't make any sense.
to the point where she's probably thinking to herself, why is he able to vote?
You know what she probably thought is that like half of the brain is in each hand. So if you're missing one,
Dude,
it's gotta be.
I forgot
it's
all
gotta
about
be-
that until I saw these posts today on Instagram.
No.
I'm like, oh, I blocked it out of my mind. I blocked it out. Oh, God, that deserves some orange juice. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Yeah, gotta-
he's bringing out the gallon.
Drink up, buddy.
I almost choked on that. We're okay.
Wow.
Oh,
That was a stiff one.
fuck, dude. That dude, I forgot all about that until today. That was so funny. That was one of the greatest things that has ever happened to me in my entire life when it comes to the stub. Dude, bro, there have been so many things that have happened. I once went into a Dunkin' Donuts one time. And a guy, no joke, just fucking looks at me. Doesn't even say hi. Just looks at me. Just looks at me and goes, "You know, with enough faith, you can grow your arm back."
What?
I go,
Like a fucking lizard tail?
I go,
This
I don't
fucking
think that's how that
starfish
works. And he goes,
Wait, this-
and he's like, "Well, with Jesus, it could be, anything's possible." And I'm like, "Cool, dude. I'm going to get this iced coffee."
give me one example where that has happened in history. Just one.
No idea,
One
dude.
time.
With enough faith.
Yeah, I've heard that arms are a lot like tongues. They'll just like grow back.
Mm-hmm.
Did tongues?
Do tongues grow
They
back?
do. They do.
They
you
regenerate?
I bit a chunk out of my tongue because I got kicked in the bottom of the chin, and it grew back.
I can see it.
That's like
True
saying
story.
that I got a cut and it healed, so my hand regenerated.
I bit like a whole lot. You could see the chomp mark through, like a chunk was out of my tongue. I spit it into a toilet.
You didn't eat it?
Why would I?
I don't know. I figured
Is
maybe
that
you like cooked
cannibalism?
it or something.
I
Does
feel
that
like that
count as
might be
cannibalism?
If
Why
you
is it
chew,
auto-cannibalism?
if you chew your cuticles and stuff like that, and you like do this, and then like you chew it and then swallow it, is that cannibalism?
No, you're a goddamn cannibal, yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know if you know this, but your cuticles are its own organism. So you're actually just eating cuticles.
Right, but it's you. It's your DNA. It's human DNA.
Yeah, but it's its own living thing.
Right, but it's human DNA.
No, it's
What do you-
cuticle DNA.
What are you on about?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fucking.
What have we devolved into?
I don't even know, dude. Episode 2 is fucking great, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh, it is.
Oh my
that
God.
reminds me. It doesn't remind me. This is completely unrelated. I have a little story to tell that happened today.
Okay.
So,
Oh, boy.
well, it kind of happened today. Kind of didn't happen today. Kind of happened. Go. So I have a cat. Her name's Mochi, as you
Mhm.
two know.
Mhm.
Cats like lasers. Big fans of
Yeah.
those.
The laser pointers. Oh,
So
yeah.
I was like, I want to get a laser for my cat. And I look up, I start doing research. I'm like, where can I get the best laser? And I find this company called Sanwoo. And I get a laser from them. And then I realize that I didn't do enough research because this laser can burn things. This is not good for a cat. I did not hurt my cat. Did not happen.
We
I
don't want
realized
PETA
before I
on
even
us on
got
this
the
one.
laser. So what did you say?
We don't want PETA on us in this episode.
Yeah, we already got.
They were already on us for the last one.
Yeah. We'll get them back on us.
Exactly.
If we don't get hate mail from PETA at some point, then I think we're failing as a podcast.
I agree.
I would like to do that. I realize that this laser can burn things. Like you need goggles to use this laser because you'll just like blind yourself. So
How
I
much
reached
did
out.
this laser cost?
The laser itself was actually not very expensive. It was like $20.
Okay.
And then I
Is it a green laser?
I reach out to them and I'm like, hey, can I get a refund on this because I don't want to burn my cat. And they're like, well, we can give you credit, or we can throw in this laser that's even more powerful and add that onto your order, and give you all this other stuff too. And I was like, okay, well, I prefer the refund, but if that doesn't work, then just do that. And then they never responded to me again. And then today, I get this.
Is that one of those that you could shine up into the air and it's a danger for planes flying by?
If I aim this at a plane, I will get arrested. Yeah. It has a key. It has a little key strap to it to turn it on. I don't know if you can see that. So you got to stick it in there and you twist it. And the thing is, it came with all these goodies too. So I got this one. This is the one I ordered, and then they gave me this one that's even bigger. This one, I don't even think you can look at the dot without eye protection, because I think it'll blind you.
Dude.
And they sent me a charger for the batteries, a lightsaber extension.
That's so sick.
This fucking thing, which just makes a bunch of spinny shit.
Like a kaleidoscope for the laser?
Yep, and a nice nifty pair of laser safety goggles.
Bro.
Wait.
Gamer moment.
What
That's
color
fucking
is the
sick,
laser?
dude.
The laser is the laser I ordered is green. The one they sent me extra is blue.
Damn it.
But what they didn't send me was the batteries. Now these don't just take like double A's. They take what's called 18650 batteries. They're the same ones that used to be in old laptop batteries.
Oh, yeah.
God.
And so I go over. I'm like, well, I got these lasers. I can't send them back. I'm gonna go get these batteries. I'm going to Lowe's. So I'm like, Lowe's probably has them. I didn't bother looking it up. So I go to Lowe's and I don't see them. So I asked this employee there, and he's like, I told him the kind of battery I'm looking for, and he's like, what is that? And I'm like, it's the battery. It's rechargeable. It's bigger than a double A. And he's like, what are you even using that for? And I was like, well, I got this laser. and he was like, well, like a laser pointer. And I was like, kinda, but it can burn things. And he's like mind blown. He's like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm like,
I would be too.
I got this laser and I can burn things with it, and I need the batteries for it. And he's like, dude, I don't think we have that. And I'm like, but like, you might. Where are the batteries? And he's like, well, we got watch batteries over here. And I'm like, no, dude. Not watch batteries.
Nah, dude.
No, that's not gonna cut it. I'll need like 50 of those. Long story short, Lowe's doesn't have battery. Laser.
Outstanding.
Did you look them up on Amazon? See how much they are?
Yeah, they're like $15 a pop.
And
How many do you need to power one laser?
One.
Just one battery?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're big. They can each one can fit in one side
gotcha.
of it.
So like what's the
It's starter in it.
range on those batteries? Or not
range?
the batteries. What's the range on the laser? Excuse me.
I'm not sure. I do believe that if you aim it in the sky, it is visible from space. But I'm not sure. I think if you aim this at the moon, you might be able to blow it up. You ever see the
slowly
Death Star?
chip away at the moon?
Bro, you think you have a handheld Death Star?
Well, yeah, you know how the Death Star had all those little beams that met, and then the one big beam?
Yeah, I get it, dude. You
So all
think
those
you
little
have
beams
a...
are just one of these. They just had a few of these, and they aimed them all in one spot, and then that's how they did it.
and then they had a big fan pushing that one spot out in a straight line.
Yeah, because that's how you move light. You use a fan. That's how lasers work. You just blow a fan and a light bulb, and it just makes a laser.
Like, that's any more outlandish than you blowing up the moon with a $20 handheld laser pointer.
What are you talking about? That makes 100% sense.
Do you think if you had the dexterity to do so, you could draw your initials on the moon with that laser?
You know,
You should write.
When there's
so-
a
Like, do you
away.
understand how small you'd have to write to actually do that?
pretty small. Yeah, I would probably write "so, dude," or like yellow.
I would draw.
You imagine if you looked up every time you looked up to the
Dude,
moon.
you telling me you wouldn't
It
draw
just
a
says
penis on the
yellow.
moon?
I would absolutely
Who the
draw a
fuck
penis
wouldn't?
on the moon,
Would you not draw a penis on the moon?
or like
draw-
one of those
I-
S's.
I was just going to do exactly what I was going to say.
Oh my
The-
god,
the 6 lines
fucking-
turning into
the
an
middle
S.
Yeah.
school, the middle school thing.
Yeah, the middle school
Oh,
S.
that's the ticket right there.
Dude,
The
somebody
ultimate
just takes a
graffiti
fucking
symbol.
ultimate laser and just draws one of those S's on the moon.
The real challenge is keeping it in one spot long enough that you're carving it on the dark side of the moon,
That'd be sick.
because it's got to go all the way through.
So
You got like
now,
you basically
if you
have
had-
a handheld hammer of dawn from Gears of War for the moon. This is my lunar hammer of dawn.
Damn,
Jesus.
hammer of dusk.
So, okay, couple follow-up questions.
Yeah.
First of all, are you going to be getting an actual laser for your cat?
I already did.
So you bought another laser. Okay.
I did.
Second
That
of
one was
all,
like $5.
What
And
are
it
your
worked pretty well.
plans with the laser pointer? The actual laser?
I have not figured that out yet. I'm gonna be honest. I need to research this one, the bigger one, to make sure if I'm even able to look at this with the goggles on.
Now, this obviously is not a sponsored stream, but can you get us the model numbers of those?
I
You could send it to us.
I'll send them to you because I don't know. I don't see them on here.
All
but I
right.
can look at the receipt.
Yeah, send it
But
to
is
us.
this like the
tell you
kind of
the
laser
laser
that
here?
like
Sanwoo, your customer service
Sanwoo. Okay.
is fine. Please sponsor me.
Is fine. Your
I mean, they
customer
gave me-
service,
okay, I would say it's pretty good because they
bro.
gave me
Your
they
customer
gave me a pretty
service
big
is
laser.
mid.
so at
It
what
is fuck-
range? At what range is the laser not dangerous to the human eye anymore, do you think?
I think it's at least several months. Like
Several miles.
Do we know the feet like meters per second or feet per second that laser travels? Is it because obviously it's not?
Or it would be the speed of light.
Would it be though?
light.
Is it though?
Yes, because it's light.
It's light.
No.
yeah.
I understand
Light.
that, but like I feel like it's still. Hold on. I know it's
What are you
light.
trying to
Light
say?
through a medium is not variable. It's just that's the speed it goes. That's it.
I understand. But there's never mind.
Stubs.
You know,
have
I know
seen
there's
light
scientific. No, he hasn't.
before? Oh, that's crazy.
What?
I understand the science behind it, but I'm always so fascinated when you're in like a thunderstorm and the lightning and the thunder are at like different intervals. I understand that like because one travels faster than the other. It's just kind of cool, is it not? Like
It's awesome.
Actually noticing the difference.
It's the same thing where you see like those nuke explosion videos where it's like you see it blow up and then like 10 seconds later the shockwave hits. It's like that's cool. Sound
Yeah,
and
dude.
shit.
Sound and shit.
It's like
man.
sound, light, they're both waves, but they move at different speeds.
It's true.
Do you think so? There was a whole thing, like, you know how the Flash was always like so fast you could hardly see him. Do
yeah.
you think
Yeah.
like nobody could hear him either? Because
Because if he's traveling faster than the speed of sound, he can't talk. Or else
Right,
he
so-
can talk, but the problem is that you'll hear his voice after he's gone.
would he just be running into his own sound wave? If he's running
That's what I
forward
was gonna ask.
and he's talking, is he just running into, he's running faster than his voice, so is he just running into his voice and disrupting it? Is that how that works?
Basically.
So
I mean, when you hit
that
Mach,
wouldn't sound the same, I would imagine, because you're spreading out the sound waves.
right? When
yeah,
you
you'd be like sprinting and you'd be saying "saw dude" and it'd be like "dude."
I don't
One of
think it would be
those.
like
I
that.
don't think it
but
would be
it'd
like that at all.
something.
Good.
Yeah, it probably sounds
That's a
just
good
like
guess.
that. I think from from my knowledge
It
of
would actually probably
the
sound like.
Flash. Yeah, the Flash be like, it's like Drake when he's
Classic
snoring.
Flash. Speaking
on
of
that note-
Drake,
I want to
Stubs,
talk about
did you have something
Degrassi
to
for a
say?
little bit.
yeah, we're gonna talk about Degrassi. So we have a friend, Artivity, huge Degrassi fan.
Mm-hmm. As is Hammy.
I don't see it,
Mm-hmm.
and as is Hammy, I don't see it personally. I like I've watched the show kind of like secondarily while my sisters were watching it. Like I was just kind of there, but I wasn't really watching.
Now, were
And it
both of
just
your
seems
sisters watching
so-
it?
Well, one was listening, and
That's
the
what
other
I'm
was
saying.
watching. Yeah. Oh, I broke stuffs.
I'd love to meet your sister
Nice.
and have her be like, "Great to see you."
Wow. I could say that. You can't.
Dude, you freaking cosplayed as me at PAX. How is that different?
He was like fucking.
We should edit the picture of me cosplaying as you into
That
screen
needs to
when
be
we,
edited in. Yeah, that does.
Oh yeah. Sign, take note. Stop wiggling the plunger like it's a dick, please. It's really distracting.
I don't think so. Nice.
Nice.
Sunny.
Yeah, it was kind of playing secondarily while I was doing other stuff, and it just seemed so boring to me. Like, actually, I'm not even trying to meme on titty at this point. I didn't like it. So whenever my sisters wanted to watch it, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and watch Dragon Ball Z for a little bit later, guys, and I would leave.
Mhm.
What are your guys'
Now-
thoughts?
I've seen like 1.5 episodes of Degrassi. So most of the shit that I give Titty and Hammy is unfounded because I have zero idea. Like, I honestly have never really seen the show. I just know that Drake is handicapped in it. I know Drake is in a wheelchair, and all of a sudden he miraculously walks, like towards the end of the season or the end of the series or something like that. Like miraculously.
All I'm saying is, now in 2024, we know why he was in that wheelchair.
well, he had a friggin' snake holding him down.
A poodle,
He
yeah.
had to wheel
Oh, yeah.
that shit around.
That's what I'm saying.
wheelbarrow.
Yeah,
Got the cock barrow.
that's what I'm trying to say.
You know that episode of South Park where they have like huge balls and they use them as a hippity hop down the
That's
street?
what I'm saying.
In one of the scenes,
that's
he has a
great.
wheelbarrow and he's carrying.
Yeah, but
his
he
balls.
used his friggin' thing as like a Tigger tail and
A
just
Wonder
bounced
Woman lasso.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pogo stick. There it is.
his friggin' penis of truth, and he just throws it.
Penis of truth.
Penis of truth.
This is my cock of truth.
What are we even talking about at this
We're
point,
talking
dude?
about Drake's penis. I thought this was
Yeah,
this had been
grow up.
established. Anyway, Degrassi sucks, and terrible
I agree.
acting, awful. I wish Drake was still in that wheelchair, but
Oh my god.
you know.
Wow.
You know, at
Also-
least Stubs can actually say that because he's in the handicap.
Oh, it's some,
family.
yeah.
The side note.
I
Long
can
Island and
literally
Brooklyn,
go around
terrible.
handy clapping people's cheeks. You know what I mean?
Handy
You
clap those
could.
cheeks,
Handy clap those
Probably
cheeks.
should.
You know?
just stub him right in the ass.
Oh my
as he
god!
walks
Right in the
past.
friggin'. I'd
Right in the-
stub the corn right out of that hole.
Oh god. So that reminds me.
Yeah.
I would like Stubs. So for those who didn't watch episode 1, a couple weeks ago now, we're like a month ago, we were all in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
It was the three of us, a bunch of other friends.
Oh, it's just the window.
And what's that?
It's just the window.
Well, yes. First of all, I would like the world to know I did officially get stubbed because I was reaching up to him And like without even moving, this man just stubbed my hand out of the way. And it was probably the funniest thing that happened ever. Second funniest thing that happened ever. So we're driving, Stubbs is driving in the car, getting mad at cyclists.
They're everywhere.
With their wheels and their fucking lube suits.
Yeah. And their fucking Captain America attitude.
Dude. Yeah, go on.
So Stubbs is driving. We're getting stuck in traffic because it's Boston and it's a convention weekend, so it's busy. I don't know how traffic in non-convention weekend compares because I don't spend time.
It's
in
about
Boston
the same, but
it's about
not,
the same.
it wasn't that crazy. But
we're stuck in traffic, and there's a bunch of pedestrians walking by, and Stubbs from the driver's seat just starts getting angry at the pedestrians walking by, and he just starts stubbing his window. Meanwhile, Joey McChubnubs is sitting in the trunk of the car, gassing it up for the rest of us,
launching
just
Scud missiles from the back seat.
Scud missiles, absolutely committing war crimes. I'm not certain that was like allowed according to the Geneva Convention.
But the Gina
that was
convention.
bad.
Fucking
Yeah,
Gina and her convention.
Yeah, the Geneva Convention. That was awful. But Joey's back there doing that. Stubbs is up here stubbing his window at pedestrians.
They needed to get out of the fucking way.
I'm not certain Stein isn't pissing himself in the back seat laughing so hard.
Why are you giving your friggin' plunger penis a really terrible Prince Albert?
I'm spinning it. It's shawarma.
Shawarma.
What's the problem?
I don't know. But basically what was happening, to clear it up is I'm just driving, right? I'm just sitting there, hands on the wheel, and out of nowhere, like these people are being stupid, crossing the street when they're not supposed to cross. So out of nowhere, I just take out my fucking frustration on my window to get people's attention, and I just start yelling at them with my window just kind of cracked, and I'm just literally just stubbing the window, being like, fucking cross the fucking street.
That motion followed by the sound of the stub hitting the window and you going fucking get across the fucking street.
Yeah,
it was too much. Yep. I
think my favorite one was when someone crossed the street and I was just like, I just slammed my stub against the window and you think you're fucking better than me?
Let's not forget about Jeff Gottfried either.
Oh God! I mean, don't get me started on Jeff.
Go old Jeff.
Jesus.
Jeff
Christ.
Gottfried is a character.
Mm-hmm.
And no, we're not talking about Gilbert Gottfried. We're talking about his brother Jeff.
I thought they were cousins. They're cousins.
Yeah, he was born into the lesser known. Gilbert's dad had like a first cousin, Clancy, and he had a son whose name was Jeff, and also had like a half brother named Phil, and so basically, but a lot of them had pretty much the same basic voice. Yeah, that's pretty much how that went down. All right.
Okay, so the other day, or actually yesterday, Stein and I, it was kind of a long day at work, so we were like, let's grab a drink after work. Classic buds having a drink.
Yeah,
we work together.
Dude time.
So we tried to go to one bar. It's a brewery that just opened up behind our work. Literally shares a parking lot.
Yeah.
And they're closed on Wednesday for some reason. So we were like, all right, we'll go to the other bar that's like across the street over the other direction. So we go over to the other bar. We're looking at their drink menu. And Stein was telling me about this drink. What is it called?
Cucumber whiskey smash.
Okay.
Or whiskey.
Tell me about this cucumber whiskey smash.
Okay, I can dig it.
That Kim had made the other day. And he said it was delicious. So he was like, I don't see it anywhere on their menu. do you think I could just ask them for it? And I was like, I mean, it's a bar, so I mean, it's worth a shot. The most they could do is say no. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna ask. So we order our drinks. I order a rum and coke, and he asks for this cucumber whiskey smash. And the lady goes, oh, I've never heard of that. What's in it? So Stein gave her the ingredients.
Cucumbers, whiskey, and smash.
Yeah. Smash is actually the key ingredient there.
Mm-hmm.
You got to add just a touch of the smash.
Right.
Yeah.
Semen.
Maybe a little bit of pumpkin too. What?
Huh?
Oh.
Going back to the nut butters. Yeah.
Right.
Whip out them nutter butters,
and
dude.
butter.
Yep.
Whip out them nutter butters.
Anyway. So Stein ordered this cucumber whiskey smash, and we're sitting there, we're drinking, we're talking about stuff, having a good time. And the bartender comes over and she's like, how is that, by the way? It's the first time I've ever made that. And Stein was like, oh, yeah, it's pretty good. And she's like, okay, great. And she walks away. And Stein leans over to me and he goes, it's not that good. I just didn't want to make her feel bad.
Classic. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
I kind of lost it a little bit.
So
I couldn't
She's never
stop
made it
laughing.
before.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So what did you tell her was in it for ingredients?
Cucumber, whiskey.
What kind of whiskey?
Mint. I asked for Maker's Mark. But
So you're
typically
basically
any kinda-
making a mint julep.
Sure.
Right.
I don't know what that is.
It's
What did you call me?
a mint.
You said my mama what?
Your mom's such a mint julep.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Track.
No, the a mint julep is basically it's whiskey, mint, simple syrup, in like a it's in a cup. It's in a I think it's pewter traditionally. I can't remember, a tin cup or something like that. Could be copper now that I'm thinking about it, like a
mule?
Moscow Mule, but it's a lot like that. But anyway, it's basically it's a lot like a mojito, but with whiskey instead.
But so anyway, so we're done getting drinks. We're walking back to our cars. We just had one drink each because we're like, we both got to drive home. And we get back to the cars, and Stein's like, hey, listen, like, I still need like 10, 15 minutes before I'm good enough to drive home. And I was like, okay, cool. We'll just hang out. So we were sitting in my car. We were just talking. And I'm not even kidding. Like 30 jet black birds fly down as soon as my boss's boss exits the building. Fly down and just kind of sit there. And we're sitting there looking at this and we're like, what is happening? Because he leaves, the birds fly down, and they just like they didn't move. They were just there. So we're convinced now that these birds are actually drones by the property management department watching over the building, the night shift per se.
Understandable.
Which leads me into my segue for our conspiracy theory of the episode.
Ooh. Hit me with it, dude.
Yeah, let's hear it.
A lot of people out there think that well, I wouldn't say a lot, but there are people out there that think birds are government drones.
I mean,
and that birds aren't real.
Well, all birds? They're saying all birds aren't real?
Well,
they're saying a subset of the birds that exist are not real, and that they're government drones instead.
So there are basically a species of bird that is not a real species of bird, but it is a government drone.
Correct.
Spying on its own people.
Have you ever seen birds and the government in the same room together? I don't think so.
Yes.
Wrong. Because
the government's got to watch the government.
Right.
That makes sense.
I mean, that's
my point is.
I mean, that's why JFK's dead. But yeah,
my thought is
the birds did it.
Yep, birds did it.
For what reason? would the government? Yeah, 9/11. That actually explains it. Never mind. My whole point is invalid.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But for what reason would the government have bird drones just flying around?
It doesn't need bird drones. It already taps our phones and
It
all of the
already
security
has our
cameras.
phone data. It already has any camera that has ever existed. It already has everything.
Yeah.
Why would they need drones?
Now, I mean, I know, like, I mean, if you're talking about having birds, like fake birds, like go spy on things because you need to, like, I don't know, like you're trying to spy, like you're trying to do like espionage or something like that. But I can understand developing something to do that. But like currently in society, I don't think that's the case. Now,
Small town,
training
in
real
Idaho,
birds,
like there's no fucking drone birds
Idaho.
there.
right? But training real birds with cameras on them is another thing.
That I could see.
Does that count as a drone? I think that's still technically a drone.
I mean, I don't know. That's a great
Does a
question.
drone have to be a robot?
I mean, I don't think. Well, I don't think so. But
I feel like drone implies non-living
I think drone implies your mom, actually.
because if there's a plane with a human pilot,
right.
you don't call that a drone. You call that a plane.
What if it's a bird pilot?
No, but I mean, at the same time, drones on their own are unmanned flying machines.
Correct.
That is a drone, is an unmanned flying machine. So you wouldn't have a pilot. Being that I don't think a bird would be considered a drone because it's not remotely operated by a human and it's been trained. So I think it's just a bird with a camera.
I would agree.
Well, so if you have a robot that's not controlled by a human, it's controlled by some kind of AI, does that mean that's not a drone anymore because it's not being controlled by a human?
No, it's still a drone because it's still unmanned.
Well, technically, a bird is also unmanned because there's not a person.
Right, but it's a machine. It's not a machine.
There's a conscious being guiding it.
Which you could then consider AI. Would it be considered conscious? We don't know.
That's a good
Exactly. And what makes it a machine? Like, why isn't a bird just an organic machine?
I feel like I could kick an AI's ass.
I don't know. I don't think I could. Depends.
Just like in a fist fight.
Did you see that new
I'm just
friggin'? Did
punching
you
a
see the new
screen.
Boston Dynamics robot? I don't think I could kick that
No.
thing's ass.
No.
See
I
how
haven't
creepy
seen it.
how creepy that thing was when it got up? Did you see the video?
I've seen Boston Dynamics robots. I haven't seen the newest.
There was a brand new one. They retired the old one that was like 10 years old. They just released a video of the new one, and it's fucking nightmare fuel, dude.
Are you talking about the one that's like doing the dishes?
No, I'm talking about the one that was laying, like if I were a robot, I was laying straight down on my face, right? My legs would then come up from around me and then plant feet first, and then my hips would have 360-degree motion to then lift my whole body up, and then I would walk backwards. My torso turns and my head doesn't.
I already
know.
That's
Dude,
how I get up in the
It
morning.
is nightmare fuel.
That sounds like
fair.
something out of like iRobot.
Yeah. So have you
Well,
ever?
it's funny because it actually is a robot.
Did you
so-
ever? Crazy. Did you ever see? Have you ever played Mass Effect?
No.
About 2 hours of it. I still need to play more
Shit.
because I've heard
Never
great
mind.
things.
It looks a lot like the Legion character in Mass Effect, but with like a slightly different head.
Interesting.
It's kind of interesting.
But so anyway, so I was reading this Reddit thread on bird drones, right?
Mhm.
This was like a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just before we filmed the last week's episode. So I was reading this Reddit thread, and one of the major points that everybody was spouting was, well, I don't see any birds at night, so they have to be charging.
Who said this?
just like 3 different people on this Reddit thread. And I'm like,
True.
you can't be serious, right?
Rumors are debunked.
Bro, I mean, it's called sleep. They're day walkers.
I guess they are
They're
charging.
literally like, do you not sleep?
Right.
Like,
Do they
not
think,
that
do
they
they
are, they
think
are
bats,
charging.
do they think bats are the nighttime drones?
bats are the night drones. Yeah.
Bats are the night
I-
drones?
like, and normally I would just chalk this off to be like, they're being sarcastic. Like, this is Reddit. It's a shit post.
right.
But like 3 different people in 3 different reply chains are saying this. I wish I still had the thread. And I'm sitting here like, is this a real thing?
I don't think so.
I
mean, it's probably a real thing, but you gotta have a really incredible amount of gullibility in your brain to think that that's true.
I mean, flat earthers. You know,
There's
I don't even get me
some
started,
gullible-
dude.
there's a somewhat decent subset of people that believe the Earth is completely flat and there is an ice wall surrounding
Bro.
what we know of as the map.
God.
Oh yeah,
This
dude,
isn't
and don't
fucking
forget
Middle
that the
Earth
ice
and
wall is more
Valinor,
continents.
dude. Jesus
That's
Christ.
true. There is more continents past the ice wall. That's where Lord of the Rings took place.
That's
yeah.
real. That and Star Wars. That one
We
gets a
call it
little bit
Middle
more
Earth
complicated.
because that's the second. That's behind the first ice wall, not the second ice wall, which has even more continents.
Is that Westeros?
Oh. More like West
the
Coast Earth.
second ice wall behind that is actually
Your mom's house.
yeah, where my mom lives.
Oh, that's
It must be hard to get
locker
mail over
behind
there.
2 ice walls to keep the population safe.
Yeah.
Your mom legit has her own fucking realm, dude. The mom realm.
Your mom is so fat she has her own realm.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh my God.
Sharon
Like the
The Sharon realm.
the Norse stuff. What do they call those? What are those realms called? There's like Vanna
Oh, Vanaheim
Vanaheim
and like Helheim,
Yeah, you got
Muspelheim,
Sharenheim.
Sharonheim.
Time.
Yeah.
Live, laugh, Lovenheim. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Eat,
that's
pray, Lovenheim.
Lahaimheim.
Lahaimheim.
That's where Jerusalem is.
That's crazy. Oh, you know what? Why don't we explore that rabbit hole right now?
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Well, it's been great. It's going to been a great 2-episode run. We're going to have to cancel it from here. Have yourself a fantastic life. We'll be in
We've made
prison.
a lot of friends. We've made a lot of enemies.
Yeah. PETA, Israel,
PETA, vegans,
Somalia.
cyclists.
vegans.
How did we make enemies with Somalia?
We didn't get there yet.
Oh,
Oh.
that's in the future.
Yeah.
The end of this episode.
Pirates. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Yarg done.
Somali pirates. I'm the captain now.
There's another one.
Yep.
And
Good
don't forget,
stuff.
we made enemies with Artivity so far.
Artidity.
Artidity.
Artiva Tony Marinara.
I almost said titty.
Yeah.
With Artivity. Which, by the way, I want everyone on that's listening to this podcast to know the only reason that I brought up Degrassi is so that we can put Degrassi hate in the title.
Yep.
You'll see that when we upload this.
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought it was because of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, he was actually the inventor of stars.
Mm-hmm.
I
Makes
have heard
sense.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Evan Almighty. But
Was that the one
He
that
just
was
got
before
friggin'
or
Neil
after?
deGrasse Tyson like building a boat. Just
Did that come out before or after Bruce Almighty? I never
After, it's
remember
the
the
sequel.
order.
I don't remember.
Evan. So
Okay.
Evan Almighty in Bruce Almighty, Evan was the anchor that got the place of what Bruce was supposed to get.
Right.
Like he was a D-bag in that movie.
Mhm.
So that's Evan is the second. Evan Almighty is the sequel to Bruce Almighty.
Yeah. I just never remember the order in which those movies are.
Bruce came first, Evan
like,
came second. Or sometimes not at all.
Dying just to find out that God's name is Evan.
God isn't Evan.
Like,
you know what?
Evan's not God. Evan's Noah in that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Evan's Noah.
Evan builds an ark in the second one in Evan Almighty.
We should talk about fuckboy names because Stein and I were talking about this the other day.
Chad.
Unironically, Stubs, have you ever met a Chad that you liked?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I was in
I
his
don't know
wedding.
that I've ever met a Chad that I liked.
I was in his wedding. I'm best friends
I
with
think
he and his wife.
one that was okay.
No, this Chad's cool. I like this Chad.
Yeah.
I've never met another Chad though. I've only met one Chad in my life.
Chad is a fuckboy name.
Kyle.
I feel like
that's like the drinking Monster and punching a hole in your wall.
I feel like
that was a deep cut.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Kyle's a fuckboy name. I feel like Jackson. Jackson is one of those names.
There's a couple like quirky ones too, like the name Zane. That's a fuckboy.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely.
Also, like Xander, spelled either with an X or a Z.
Yep.
Either way.
Xander spelled anyway.
Yeah.
Because those are the only two ways to spell it, I think.
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
So I googled the most fuckboyish names people could think of.
Oh hell yeah!
So here we go. So we've got. Hold on, let me go down to like where it's okay. Dude, bro stuff. Chad is number one. Here's a list. Ready? I'm just going to read off the list. Chad, Zach, Justin, Chad.
What?
Chris, Mike, Chad, Alex.
Yeah. I don't know if I said this last time on the podcast, but my parents or my sisters, when I was born, my sisters were begging apparently my parents to name me George Sniftwig.
Wow.
Which I think is fantastic.
It's pretty
kind of a missed opportunity, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if I was just walking up here. Hey, what's up, guys? We got Stubbs McGee, we got Stein, and we got George Sniftwig in the house.
Yeah, you know it.
That's like a Baldur's Gate name.
It really is.
You know,
Tragob28 on SoundCloud.
that was about. You know what we should have done? We should have modded that game to extend the character limit on the.
We've got Trigor Thundersnatch over here.
Trigor
Thundersnatch.
You had that one locked and loaded, buddy. Have you thought about that one?
No, that came right off the top of my head, actually.
Wow.
Right off the dome, huh?
Yep.
Thundersnatch. Thundersnatch kind of goes hard.
Right.
Trigor kind of goes hard too, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hard.
Oh, here's another one for you.
Joey.
I know. Here's another name that I feel like is a fuckboy name, but isn't because of the one person we know with this name. Mason.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I feel like Mason is a fuckboy name.
If you're listening to this, but
I'm just saying
it's a fuckboy name. You are not a fuckboy.
I mean, okay. He's okay. Let me give some examples of how Mason
Could be, though.
Of how Mason could in fact be a fuckboy. Exhibit A, his mustache.
Yep, he does offer mustache rides.
Oh, sure does.
That's
to
fair.
me specifically.
I've gotten a couple offers.
Yep.
Mustache ride.
I love you, buddy. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, Mason's a real one. Mason, you're an all goddamn my cat just shit.
Your cat just shit?
Here's another. Oh, here's a good fuckboy name. Kelly. For a dude.
Oh, like Kelly roll.
I said the same thing to Stein, but I said Devin for a dude.
Oh, Devin absolutely is a fuckboy name.
Easy fuckboy name.
Fuckboy name.
Absolutely.
I don't see it.
Shit.
So what the fuck did you just do, man?
Did anybody? Okay, so I just saw that. Everybody, I need you to watch the YouTube video again because I need you to see that.
What's up, guys? Stein here. I just wanted to add a little intermission here so we can have a little playback of what just happened for our friends watching on YouTube. Have a look.
Shit.
Was that a sneeze?
Yes.
Okay.
What the fuck?
That was impressive.
Yep.
That was like
Yeah,
Joey
but I don't
Bones.
hide it like Joey.
No, he just went.
Not even the slightest effort to cover his mouth either.
No, neither me either. It's all my shit over here. I gotta clean my monitors now, but
Yeah, don't put a black light over those bad boys.
whoa. No, this isn't my porn computer.
You got a separate computer for that?
Yeah.
He has a separate room for that.
Oh yeah, you gotta use Apple for that one.
Soundproofed and
Oh, that's what I use the short throw projector for.
That's what I'm saying. I got a short throw projector for you.
I would like to clarify that I do not have enough money for a projector. But if somebody wants to start like an
Crowdfunding.
OnlyFans on my behalf to raise money for it. I would
Crowdfunding
plan-
short throw projector for his
Yeah,
porn
there we go.
addiction.
would any
I
of
have
you
a new
guys
throne
ever
wish list for
consider-
my porn.
Would any of you guys ever consider making an OnlyFans account?
Yes. I mean, what?
Or it. I would sell pics of my feet if people would buy them.
I mean, not for the. Not
mean,
for,
feet
okay.
pics I would sell.
I would have an OnlyFans, but not for what you think I would do with it.
Would it just
You
be
gotta read,
stub
like,
It would
pictures?
just be
You gotta
stub
read, like,
content,
poetry?
like pouring
Just-
different. It would be stub content, pouring like slow mo movies of different liquids being poured on and over the stub.
Can you do one that's just like Hershey's chocolate
It's just
syrup?
Hershey's chocolate syrup. One video, and then like honey the next video, and then like
Oh, you know what you should do?
Astroglide the next video.
That could be a
Feel like
paid for
Sunday
video, and the
toppings.
caption,
Yep.
the title is "I bet you're waiting for this sticky surprise," and it's just
Exactly.
like honey being
It's
poured
just
all over.
it's
the
just
stuff.
all you see is just like this random like honeycomb just sitting. It's just panning out, and all of a sudden you just see the stub slowly penetrate the honeycomb from the backside.
Yeah, and then like the camera pans out and you just get real visceral with it and you're just
Yeah. Exactly. And then it's just
Smack that
me, and then
shit.
it pans all the way out. And it's just me devouring this fucking honeycomb slowly. And then it turns ASMR with mouth sounds and me just devouring this fucking honeycomb.
Stub
Fucking
first.
mukbang. A new form of mukbang.
Yeah, dude, and then you unhinge your jaw and just swallow the stub whole
That's what I'm saying.
like a snake.
Absolutely.
You ever
I'm
tried
trying to think
suck the
like what
stub?
like olive oil. Just look at the olive oil. Just grease it right up.
Extra virgin?
I mean, no.
Oh.
Not after he's done with it.
You kidding me? That's too
That's fair.
expensive.
Hmm.
The
I
extra
don't know.
virgin
Only
olive oil is too
extra
expensive.
virgin
I'd
in
use like canned olive oil.
Canned? Is that even a thing?
Yes.
You can get olive oil in a can?
Yeah, but it's like cheap shit. It's like $1. It's like,
I even know
Wow.
you even need to get it in a can.
yeah, Dollar Tree, friggin' Dollar General fucking olive oil.
So like, if I were to tell you right now that you could make $500 a month with this OnlyStubs, would you do it?
500?
$500
That's
a
it?
month. Well, I mean, depending on how many videos you push out.
I mean, we're talking talking $20 a video. $20 a pop for the download.
bucks a pop.
You know, you give
Okay.
them a little
So,
tease in the
okay.
beginning, and then you
Well, I don't know if you're like you're not filming fucking stub pouring videos every day, are you? Like that's like a spread
it.
out thing. It's
Dude,
like,
you know how long that takes? It takes me fucking 5 seconds.
yeah, but
Just
then you
set
gotta
my
clean the
friggin'
stub.
phone into like slow motion mode, and then all you'd have to do is just start pouring shit all over it, and then fucking call it a day.
Call it a day.
put some sexy friggin' DMCA free music on it and call it friggin' there it is.
How much money a month would be worth it to you to make this only stub?
$5,000
$5,000 a month?
a month.
Damn.
Fair enough.
I think it's worth more than that. For you fucking perverts out there, but
I'd be inclined to agree.
Yeah, you want to see the fucking stub? Yeah.
yeah, no shit.
Yeah, get it.
It's just me karate chopping a friggin' tube of toothpaste off it. Just yeah, you like that Sensodyne? Fucking.
You should record yourself in a store that sells a bunch of squishy things and just like slowly insert it in the squishy things.
Oh my god, I need to friggin' make one where I'm slowly inserting it into a squishmallow. Oh god, Artivity would fucking have a friggin' fit.
She would lose it.
She would
and it
lose her
be
mind,
hilarious.
and
That
she
would
would
be
just
pretty
be
good.
saying "frick" every
So
5 seconds.
funny.
Frick, no, frick, no, frick, frick, frick. Oh, Johnny, frick, no.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus, not my squishmallow.
Not in the gabagool.
Exactly.
Right in the capicola.
Anything but the gabagool.
Absolutely.
Slap some mozzarella on there.
Oh my god.
Tony Marinara.
All of a sudden, the
Tony
next video is just zooming out. It's like just a plate of mozzarella sticks zooming out, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, fucking stub smash. Exactly, fucking stub smash. Friggin' dude, mozzarella sticks goes flying. There's marinara on the walls. It looks like a murder scene.
Oh, God.
Oh,
All right, well,
Christ.
now only stub is going in the title.
What you should, you know what? When we were at PAX, what you should have done is gone up. You know the Yogi-Bo beanbag chairs?
The ones that we saw while we were there.
Yeah.
Like it was like near the Meld booth and stuff like that over that way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what you should have done is gone over there and just been like, can I demo this beanbag? And then just like gently
start
rest your
beating the shit out of
stub
it.
on. Or that too. I was gonna say you just
Dude,
gently rest your stub
Why
there
we
and
didn't
stand there
think
looking
about
at
that
'em.
while we were there, I was such a missed fucking opportunity. I'm so pissed that we just thought of that right now.
Just
That's fair.
like, hey,
I'm
can I test your
Can I
product?
just test these?
wanna
And
make sure
all
it's
I do is go
handy-capable.
over and just caress them with the stub slowly. Yeah, this'll do. And I just stare at it without blinking. Yeah,
You
this
would
is
make
nice.
so many people uncomfortable, and it would be fucking hilarious.
Or
dude.
I just start like it's just people at the booth, and I just start doing this. I'm like, oh, that'll work, and then I just stare at them and continue doing it.
That'll do, donkey.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'll
I
do.
think I would get creeped out for them.
I will be on the floor. I would be fucking losing it.
I'd also be a little turned on, but
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, of course, that's a given.
Because they have the ones that's like the pillows that's got like the 2 armholes on either side, just to slowly insert the stub in one of those armholes, and just be like, "Oh, that's a nice fit." Oh,
yeah, you like that, don't you?
just the right amount of girth.
Girth bender.
Exactly.
That's me.
That's me. Keep mine.
Oh, dude.
Keep mine.
Oh,
That's
God.
the shirt.
That's
Keep mine.
sponsored by Joey McTube Noobs.
Oh yeah. Special shout out to Joey McChubnubs for the Keep Mine merch.
Hubert Dubert. What a
And
real one.
Stein is wearing his PAX sweatshirt.
I am. I got the dice cream cone
Mm-hmm.
on here. Got a little D20 on there.
Mhm.
Little cone. Yeah, dude.
Yep.
So-
Round me up.
What was everybody's? I know it's been a month since PAX, but
Not
what
even.
was everybody's favorite memory from that week? Because we talked about mine earlier. Mine was probably Joey gassing up the car and Stubs stubbing windows on the way to the convention.
I think. I don't know, dude. There were a lot of really good ones that weekend.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
dude, as much fun as I had at the convention, I think the most fun I had was was the moment. I think day one happened, right? We were done with day one on Thursday, right? Wednesday night was cool. We met everybody. We kind of chilled out, had some pizza. That was everybody just kind of meeting each other for the first time, getting used to everybody. Day one happened. And then we hit the dispensary.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
And what happened
did.
that evening will go
A
down
sight to behold.
as some of the funniest times. From that point on, Thursday night to Saturday night was such a blur because I was laughing nonstop from Thursday night to basically to Saturday night. Sunday, we were all dead. We were just fucking exhausted. And we were like,
Oh, yeah.
give me some fucking macaroni and cheese. And then we're just fucking leaving. But as far as that is concerned, I think just everybody just at the apartment. Honestly, that my favorite time was
My
just us
best
chilling.
memories there.
Just chilling
Absolutely.
at the apartment.
Probably just us at the apartment.
Mhm.
Yep,
Friday
that's what
night,
I was
I think,
gonna
was my
say.
favorite one.
Was-
Friday night was probably
Yeah.
my favorite night.
Yeah,
Which
those
night
were
was
some
that?
good
Was that-
times.
Was that the sushi night or
Yeah.
was that the pizza night?
Pizza night was Thursday.
Okay, sushi night.
Yeah.
That was a good night.
Yeah.
Is that the night we watched Super Troopers?
Yes, that was Friday
Yeah,
night.
We did watch Super Troopers.
Because we
I
were
don't
going to
remember
watch
the second
something
half of
else
that
Saturday
movie.
night, and we never did it because we got really
And we
fucked
were
up.
all absolutely blasted.
Right. Because that was the night we went to High Street. Saturday.
Saturday we went to
Saturday
High
night
Street,
we went
yeah.
to High Street.
I love that place.
love that
It's
That
so
place
good.
is so cool. Yeah,
This is
Saturday
just
night we
something
went to
to
High
buy
Street.
every year.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly. Hopefully it doesn't
Getting those
rain next
oysters
time.
every year.
And you got to meet Stein and I's friends, Kate and Mudry and Steph.
Yep.
And those are great people.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're
Yeah, they
awesome.
were awesome. Yeah, we had great conversations. That
Yeah.
was really nice. But yeah, that would be
All right.
that would be my favorite. Like as far as that's concerned, my second favorite would probably have to be the Able Gamers stuff. That was just a
Yeah.
really cool. That was
Do
just
you
a
want to
really
talk
cool
about that a little
meeting.
bit? Because we didn't talk about that last week.
Sure. I mean, nothing's happened from it yet. I still have to reach out and contact them. But basically, what happened is I got introduced to a couple of people from IMB Paula. He knows a few people over there that were in the Voodoo Ranger booth. Oh, and the Voodoo Ranger area for alcohol. But in that area was this company called the Able Gamers. And what they do is they specialize in one-of-a-kind controllers for people with missing limbs or with not handicaps, but basically handicaps, but limb disabilities. So whether it be muscular dystrophy or people in wheelchairs with mobility issues, or people with missing limbs, where they create controllers for that. And I was introduced to some people, and they were really interested in me trying out a bunch of their stuff to try out and review and possibly give my input for future builds and stuff like that for the games. And it was just kind of random. It was just like, they're like, hey, I want to introduce you to someone. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they had my cell phone number and just kept texting me to come back to the booth to talk to people. So it was really, really cool to kind of throw some input in, because on, I think it was Friday or Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Where they just kept having me come back to the booth because there were more people there that wanted to talk to me to try different controllers out and give my feedback on a few different things. So that was pretty fucking cool. So
It was a really good opportunity for you.
yeah, that'll be really
that
cool.
was awesome.
Yep, they had a whole gala thing on April 6th, like a couple weeks after the event, an online gala on Discord that I couldn't attend because I had a wedding surprise. So unfortunately, I was really sad to miss that because they had a lot of really huge streamers attending that event, like MySkirm from the Distractable podcast with Markiplier and stuff.
Wow.
So of Bob, Mark, and Wade. Anyway, but yeah, so it was a really, really good time. It was a lot of fun. And that's definitely something that I'm going to be doing every year. One of the things that just happened that I really want to go to next year is NAB. NAB is, I don't know if it's in Las Vegas every year. It was there this year, but at the Las Vegas Convention Center is the National Association of Broadcasters, where it is basically all of the technology for streaming and broadcasting and like cameras and microphones and like Sennheiser was there, Rode was there, like all these huge, Blackmagic was there, all these huge camera and sound companies are there, like with microphones and all this other stuff. I would love to go to that one next year because that just
sounds
happened.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Apparently it's so huge that you could go for 2 full days and still not see everything. So I would love to see that. I'm not sure if they do that every year in Las Vegas, but I would definitely love to go out there and do that. So
one of these years I want to go to TwitchCon as well.
Same.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
But
What
I
about
just
you,
want to
Stein?
travel around, going to different conventions,
same.
I like going to conventions. They're great.
Absolutely.
and it's an excuse to check out some new places. I mean, I've never within the continental U.S. I've never left the East Coast, so.
I mean, I've only been out to, like, when it comes to the West Coast, I've only been to Phoenix, and I say West Coast, it wasn't a coast, but I've only been to Phoenix and well, the coast I was at was San Francisco. But those were the only, that's as far west as I've gotten.
I went to Yellowstone. That's the farthest west I went.
I've never seen a desert. That would be pretty cool. I like sand. It's pretty cool, you know.
I feel like a desert would be cool for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then I'm
And then I'd
thirsty.
just be like, why am I still here?
Yeah, but it's a dry heat. You don't understand.
Yeah, it's true.
I hate you. What about you, Stein? What was your favorite PAX memory?
It was hanging out at the apartment at night.
Yeah.
The Airbnb. It was just so much fun. It was all laughs and good times.
Mhm.
At this point, I obviously still love the convention, but I don't really go for the convention as much anymore. I go for the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same.
It's just a great excuse to get together and just have a good time. Also, Boston's kind of just maybe it's just because I've only been there around the time of this convention, but it's just kind of like to me, it's kind of like a magical city. It's just fun. There's always something
I
to
love
do.
going
And
to
it's
Boston.
just, yeah, it's the food's great, and I don't know, I just love it.
Yeah. I miss Boston a lot, honestly.
It's gorgeous.
You still go back there for gigs, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I go back there fairly often, but it's nowhere near where it used to be. But it's such a great time. Maybe next year we'll find a different Airbnb or we'll stay in a hotel. But yeah,
Yeah, I want to see next year if we can get a place. Like, we'll have to book it earlier, but I want to see if we can get a place to house all of us.
that's gonna be tough.
Get
in
a
the city.
penthouse.
That'll
That'll
be
be
tough
tough.
in the city.
Yeah. No, maybe if this podcast really blows up, we could afford to stay at a penthouse.
A penthouse.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Pentagon. We'll just stay at the Pentagon.
Oh yeah, that's actually the OG penthouse. That's what they named penthouses after.
Yeah, it wasn't Larry Flint.
Yeah. Every penthouse ever in existence actually has 5 sides.
True.
Yeah.
No, it has
Prove me wrong.
sides.
What?
Okay.
It's a pentagon is a pent-sided shape. It has pent sides.
Okay.
Yeah.
5.
So, how would you describe pent sides?
Are you literally just using the?
2, 3, 4, 5? So the pent, you know.
Yeah. So 5.
So
Count up
5.
to it. No. It's after that. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Pent.
6, 7. I'm pent. You know.
Oh, so there's like an ellipses there. Is that what that was?
No, that's the other numbers in between.
Oh.
So an ellipses.
No, I was saying them.
Oh, you were just saying them really
You were
fast.
just really fast. Yeah.
Yeah. It was only a little
I
fast.
can actually recite the whole alphabet in a quarter of a second. It's a Family Guy joke.
Yep.
There
I remember.
it is.
You remember?
Wow. So when you guys are, Do you guys have a default TV show that you put on just as like background noise?
Yeah.
What's
It's
that?
usually
What's
it's one of two. It's usually Scrubs or Friends.
Okay, I respect it. This one's a little weird. Black Mirror.
Really?
I feel like that's a weird background noise show, but it also explains so much.
Right.
What does that explain?
You.
How strange you are.
Why your brain is the way it is.
It's so good. I'm so desensitized to that show now. I remember like the first time I watched like 3 episodes of that show in a row for the first time, I was like, oh my God, I like messed up. And now I just have it onto the background and I'm like, this is fine.
That show is just so weird to me.
It's crazy. I love it though. It's this modern day Black Mirror. It's this modern day Twilight Zone.
Right.
I mean, basically. I still have to like actually watch Twilight Zone. I've seen a few episodes, but
one of my favorite like Twilight Zone like movies was the one that they remade with John Lithgow on the plane. The Twilight Zone one on the plane. The original Twilight Zone episode was William Shatner, and there was something like on the wing. There's something on the wing.
Oh my God, that was William Shatner.
So they remade it with John Lithgow as an updated thing, and that scared the bejesus out of me. It was crazy. It was awesome. What a great.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's so good. The one with John Lithgow. It's just because the one with William Shatner is like black and white, and it's the effects aren't great. You know, I mean, they're not great in the John Lithgow one, but they're way better than the one with William Shatner. Plus, he's a better actor than William Shatner. But
I always forget how insanely old William Shatner.
Right.
He's really old now. How old is he?
He's in his 90s, I think.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
I'll tell you.
Which is crazy because he doesn't look like he's in his 90s. I don't know. I feel like there was several decades there where he just didn't age.
93.
Wow.
William Shatner is at 93 years old.
God damn.
Because you were just saying like, oh, he was in this thing, but it was in
George
black and
Takei
white.
is
I'm like,
86.
oh my God. William Shatner was a black and white actor.
Yep.
And he was in Star Trek. That's
If I were to ask you who was older, William Shatner or Patrick Stewart, who would you say is older?
I know the answer is William Shatner, but I would be inclined to say Patrick Stewart.
Right, you would, right? You would automatically think that Patrick Stewart is older, but he's not.
That's crazy. Wow.
Now that is a plunge-worthy man.
Stick it right
on
there.
the old, right on the old dome, the old dome ski.
All right, Stubs, would you like to read our "Am I the Asshole" for today?
Yes, I will do so. Hold on, sir. Let me get my stuff prepared here. So, am I the asshole? Okay. Edited decree paragraphs. Okay, I'm not going to read the title. All right, I'll read the title. So, am I the asshole for not picking up my personal trash? This guy is already stood. So myself, so he's 34 male, and my wife, 33 female, have having a conversation about her becoming a stay-at-home mom. It was her idea, but I agreed because I make enough money for the both of us to live okay as a family. Our son is 6 months old, and we don't plan on having any more children. It's only been 3 weeks since she quit her job, and she was already complaining about how much work there was for her to do in the house. When we first talked about it, she agreed to do 100% of the cooking, 100% of the cleaning, because I'm providing 100% of the income. In addition, I'll be driving our son to school every morning. She'll do the pickups and extracurricular activities. We got into an argument because she was complaining about how I wasn't picking up my personal trash. She thinks it was disrespectful because I've been leaving my used dishes wherever instead of taking them to the sink. I didn't throw away snack wrappers or tissues. I've also left my dirty laundry on the floor instead of the basket. She was also complaining about how I kept my used dental floss and Q-tips on the bathroom counter. And when I used the last sheet of paper towel, I didn't replace the roll. I have to say that I was honestly more tidy with those things before she became a stay-at-home mom. However, I feel like since she signed up to do the house chores, she should just make my life easier. She told me that I was being unfair to her because even though she signed up to do the laundry, dishes, take out the trash, etc., I should still clean up after myself. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. She signed up to do the cooking and the cleaning. Sure, she didn't sign up to be your personal maid. She didn't sign up to move your dishes from the kitchen table where you just leave it like an animal to the sink. And she certainly didn't sign up to throw out your used tissues, Q-tips, or any of that nonsense.
Yeah, the floss.
Absolutely, you're the
that's
asshole.
fucking gross. Yeah, no,
That is
that's
disgusting.
not.
It is straight up like.
That's like you're a man child.
I have two parts to my answer.
Oh boy.
My first, number one, he's the asshole. End of story.
Yeah.
But I want to dive a little deeper into this thought process. So of like what they were looking to do. Mm-hmm. So he's the asshole because why did all of a sudden he become dirtier because she was now home? Like why?
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't take a lot to be a decent
right.
human being.
Like just like, okay, she'll take care of the dishes or like put him in the dishwasher, but at least bring him to the fucking sink, dude. Like,
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So my whole thing with that, like dirty laundry on the floor, just I am 100% like I am one of those guys. I leave my dirty laundry wherever the fuck I feel like it. I'm throwing myself under the bus right now.
Laundry day,
right? And then I just pick it up on laundry day when I go to do everything.
Fair.
But some of the times, like I just don't feel like because I work from home. Like if I have a pair of jeans, I'll just leave the jeans like there. And then when I need to wear them again to go do something, I'll just throw the jeans back on and do something else. Because I work from home, I don't wear them. I'll wear them for literally. I hate pants. You guys know I hate pants. I'll wear them for
He's
literally.
Not wearing pants right now.
I'm not actually. I'm wearing them for literally a fucking half hour to an hour, and then when I come home, I immediately take them off. Like that's it. So they're like barely used. So I'll just leave them there until I need to put them back on to go do something. Mm-hmm. However, it is really disrespectful to the fact that you all of a sudden, not you, obviously this guy, that he leaves his Q-tips and dental floss. That's just gross. Like you're not sharing a fucking toothbrush, dude. So throw your shit away. Like the trash.
That's absolutely disgusting.
Okay.
Yeah.
When in anybody's bathroom, where is the trash in relationship to where you are at the sink? It's like maybe 3 feet from
right
you,
next to
you, right? So the trash is there. How much more difficult is it to when you're done with your dental floss, you're putting it on the sink instead of just boop? Like what's the difference? But there isn't one. So you're literally doing that just to be an asshole because you don't want to put the effort in to do it. So
I'm not gonna be my own maid.
Exactly.
Well, she's not doing anything anyway.
Right. The second thing is, so here's where I wanted to kind of...
I hated saying that.
Right, exactly. God, This is where you belong in the kitchen.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
So, but here's my thing. So when you're a couple and you're looking at going more, because for them to do this, they have a child. So when a child is involved, it's a little different, and I can see why they'd want to do this. If he makes enough money to where you guys don't have to pay for childcare because of how fucking expensive it is now. Mm-hmm. This is a great option for that stuff. Especially if she's like, okay, I'm home with the kid. I'll do the basic chores around the house. Okay, fine.
Right.
That's great with that. And this is where you start getting into like traditional gender roles and so on and so forth. But you see stuff like this like kind of happen all the time because just the expense of childcare in general. And it's just interesting to see if you, I guess my question here for you guys is like, if you had the option, say, like, for example, Stein, like if you and Kim had a kid, and I'm sure you've probably talked about this at some point in your relationship, like if you want kids in the future, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. If you had a kid, what would your take on that be? So my thing is would you rather do something like this that this guy's doing? Obviously, you wouldn't be an asshole and fucking throwing your stupid shit everywhere.
You're right.
But if you had the option of being the provider and Kim staying home with the child, would you prefer something like that? Or like, I guess, so what would your preference be? And do you know what her preference would be in that particular sense?
Yeah, so we've talked about that a little bit, and I think so we tend to split tasks up, and we're very egalitarian, I think, in our approach to our relationship. So we split things pretty evenly.
Right.
And I mean, it's worked very well for us. And I feel like it would be a really big adjustment to go away from that. Mm-hmm. But if it made financial sense, then it makes financial sense. Mm-hmm. But I think both of our preference would be to keep splitting things evenly the way we are, which is, mm-hmm. Both work, both do stuff around the apartment, very, very evenly. And
so my follow-up question to that would be, is if it would make more sense financially for one of you to stay home, how would you make that decision? Say, for example, you both make the same money. And it wouldn't matter who stayed home. How would you guys go about that? Would it be like, because that's just always an interesting thing to me. Like, there's no right or wrong answer here, because obviously one of you could stay home, but I'm just curious.
Yeah. Right. I don't really know, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm.
Because here's my, I don't have kids, so I don't take this the wrong way. I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. My preference would be for her to stay home.
Well, that way there's a parent always present with kids, so it's not like they're...
But here's the reason why. If the child is young and still breastfeeding, there are studies that have been shown that the bonds that the child makes with the mother while breastfeeding, there have just been studies that have shown that the child grows up with like a better outlook, better mental health wise, just more got better grasp on relationships and so on and so forth. And I think that would be like my personal preference. Obviously it wouldn't matter. Obviously anybody in a relationship like this would have a conversation, and this would go however to compromise, however, it would work for everybody. But I think my biggest thing would be to stay home, would be for her to stay home just for, number one, cost purposes. I mean, it all varies on how much that would cost. Is it more beneficial for me to stay home? Like me working from home, for example, if she was out working or something like that and had a job in the city or something like that, and I work from home, then I'm already home with the kid. Like at that point,
right?
Yeah. Even if I made more, I would do that anyway, because I guess it depends on the relationship you guys have and the kind of the compromise you guys come to. But
yeah, let's not forget, Stubs, that you could also always breastfeed while you're.
That's what I'm saying. I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Just like she comes home and sees the baby suckling on
suckling on my teat. I make a friggin' fake breast for my stub, and I'm just I'm just the kid is just suckling
You get like a
on the end of the stub.
sticker of like a nipple, just stick it on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe get like an IV tube running in there.
Absolutely.
Load up some. What kind of? Would you use?
I'm feeding the child like a bird. I'm just like, oh,
You just
Why?
vomiting in your kid's
Why?
mouth.
yep. Yeah, I'm chewing food. I'm chewing food for
How
them.
do we go from?
Don't worry about it.
Stub to vomiting in your child's mouth without skipping a beat.
I'm trying to figure out how to feed the kid. You know, we're on a tight budget. You know, we're a one income household now, so I'm trying to stretch my dollar. You know what I mean?
Snot is protein.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right. I think that about does it. So thank you.
That's what we're gonna end on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Snot is protein. All right, we're done.
Well, I'm still doing the outro here, dude.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
not the last sentence.
Get off his shit.
I figure that.
We're leaving this in. You're not clipping this, just so people can see that you're complaining.
Yeah.
Why
Can
don't
you
you lick
believe
my
it?
nuts? How about
Can you
that?
believe we
will.
asked you to be part of this podcast and now you're already giving us shits 2 episodes in? Can you
Yeah.
imagine?
We invited you here.
Yeah. Imagine.
You guys having fun?
Oh,
dude?
I imagine. You having fun, guys.
You know what, dude?
You know what, dude? Oh my
All
god,
right.
it's the name of the podcast.
They said it. All right, so that's gonna do it. Thanks everybody for watching. Again, don't know exactly when this is gonna come out. We still have to talk about output schedules and stuff like that. But we enjoy making them, so I think I speak for all of us when I say we're gonna keep doing it.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for listening. Leave us a like. We will leave any suggestions. We'll leave an open question and
Subscribe.
answer section. Subscribe. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll leave an
Okay,
open
bye,
question and answer section on Spotify for any suggestions you guys might have, because you can do that apparently. I found
yeah.
out when I uploaded the last episode.
Didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. You can have a question and answer section. You can have a polls section on Spotify
Well,
now.
damn,
so want to
dude.
do that in the future. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.